Hello, I'm Artifacts of Mars. Today we're going to look at something special. Spirit Soul 1192. We're going to go over this building with a fine-toothed comb. This video may stretch into several videos. That's okay. We're going to take our time on this one. Now, if you're going to give me this line, well, this is a natural object, don't waste my time with it. Alright? Because anybody who really thinks that this is natural after looking at it, you need to see a psychiatrist. The explanation we have for Mars being cold dead planet, that is science fiction. It's not science fact. NASA, JPL, Cornell, University of Arizona, etc. ad nauseam should be required to state their position is science fiction, not science fact. There's the building on the right, and we're going to get right to the analysis. Alright, here we have essentially a room. It's an elongated room. There's another one in the back that's perpendicular to it. What we're seeing here are the structural components of the wall that is in front here. They're about the same size, I would guess. The left one might be a little bit smaller than the right one. But they are perpendicular to each other, up against each other, flush. They're straight across. I think if I were to put a straight edge on top, it would probably go straight across and lie flat on both of them. So this is an obviously constructed building. Here we go on to the second photo. Once again, this is the right hand component. I'm really not sure about the one edge of it. I can't see on the right hand side very well what is there. But again, I'm assuming it just goes around the corner. But this is an elongated room. I would guess probably 15-20 feet long and maybe 10 feet wide. That's just a general guess. With a big room behind it, perpendicular to it. It's an oddly shaped building, I have to admit, but there's no question of what it is. And there are other little surprises here. I'm going to show an object that is possibly even luminous. But at any rate, here we have two flush, put together structural components of a wall. They have the crack between them. Everything is straight and right angles and even. Basically, a standard design, type of a design you might see in an Earth structure, really. I don't really think it's all that unique. But what's it doing on Mars? And why is the press remaining silent about this? This is what I want to know. This should be on every newspaper in the country, on the front page. Hey, we found a building on Mars. Because we did. Next, we're going to look at the roof in just 1 minute. The roof is uneven, almost as if it was patched up or, some roofing was put on haphazardly. That's the one part that I don't understand about this. It's also made of different material, apparently, because it's light in color. So we'll look at a few patches of roof as well. This looks almost modular. Again, the pointer is pointing towards the roof area. This module looks more rounded. There may be a reason for it. One object is apparently in a wire cage. We're going to discuss that in just a few seconds here. Interesting though, flat roof. Here we go again. Kind of a close-up of The roof, part of the roof. It kind of looks like this was put on haphazardly, once again. So I don't know what the reason for that would be, but it seems to match the piece underneath it. Okay, I thought I had a pic of it, but I don't. Right to the right of the pointer is kind of a whitish peninsular shaped object. It actually appears to be inside some sort of wire cage. It also might be luminous. I'm really not certain, but I've taken the lighting down on this photo and it does appear to be somewhat luminous. So that's an interesting object. I'm still studying it, and beneath and in front of that is another interesting formation. Okay, this is the garage door, as I call it. Notice how it's well recessed inside there, much like a door would be. I believe it to be a big, heavy door, or possibly even a wall. Well, it's very interesting that we have yet another structural component, and it's being ignored by the press as usual. So, there's something in front of it, too, to the right of the pointer. I'm not sure what that is. It appears to be a door, possibly a wall. On the right side of this, this kind of looks like, I'm really not sure, possibly vehicles inside it. I'm not sure. It looks really weird. It's probably part of the building. I'm not going to do much with it. We're just going to move along. This is a distant related structure, almost a saucer-shaped object. Not a flying saucer or anything, but I believe it to be another small building way off to the right. Analysis hasn't really provided anything all that interesting about it, but it is noteworthy to take a look at it. Okay, what we're going to see here is a flat track. I believe that an object that we're about to see is actually connected with this. It could also be a natural rock layer, but the object we'll go over is not natural. You'll see why in a minute. If you spot it, more power to you. If you don't, we're going to show it. Here's another picture of it. It appears to have holes in it. I believe it's used to be some sort of a suspension apparatus. We're going to move the pointer again. Right beneath the pointer is an obvious pipe with a round hole in it. You can see it right down there. So that's another thing in addition to everything else. This track seems to go a little ways. Well, just a minute, and here we go. Right at the upper right point of the little pointer I made, we have something that looks like a little 9. I scrutinized it. I believe it's probably a pulley, but it could be a number, which begs the question, where did they come up with our number system? Here's another view right of the pointer. You can see it. It's just like a little 9. Nature didn't form that. And right to the left of the pointer this time, and the pipe is still right below it, of course. So, alright, here we go. What you've been taught is science fiction. What NASA has told you is science fiction. What Cornell University has said is science fiction. What PBS has said is science fiction. Mars is alive. It has buildings. It has plants on it. We need you to pressure your representatives to tell us the truth. Thank you very much. I'm Artifacts of Mars.